Hello, welcome to Laptop Programming. I'm Kausar. This is session 10 of Complete FMS using C# and SQL Server. In today's session, we want to get all faculties from SQL Server database. However, before watching this video, I strongly recommend you to watch session 9 of this video series. Because in session 9, we wrote some code for saving faculty. Well, let's open Finance Management System. So, here we have simple DataGridView Control, which is responsible to show all faculties list. Okay, this control has DGV display data name. Well, and here we have simple picture box control as well. And we want to use this picture box when the data is not available in SQL Server database. Because we have two cases, data present case and not present case. Okay, when the data is available on SQL Server database, then we want to get all the data from SQL Server database. Otherwise, we want to display this message to the user. However, this picture box has pick no data present name. However, thereafter we want to write some code on form load event. We want to double click over here. Form load event is generated. Very nice. Before writing some code, we want to explain the development process of this operation. In the first step, we want to create instance of data table class because the data table class presents data as tabular form. So, thereafter we will use loadDataProcedureExecutor method because this method is responsible to get all the data from SQL Server database. Well, whenever we are getting data from SQL Server database, then this data we will assign into data table object. So, thereafter we want to clear DataGridView Control. That means we want to clear old data from this control. Instead of old data, we want to load new data from SQL Server database. Thereafter we want to iterate simple loop statement because we want to get all data from data table object using loop statement. Okay, finally we want to define simple condition for data present state and not present state. Because we have two cases, data present case and not present case. So, if the data is present, then we want to hide picture box control. And if the data is not present, then we want to show picture box control. Because the main objective of picture box control is that to show meaningful message to the user. However, let's implement all the steps one by one. So, here first we want to create instance of data table class. Simple. Data table, for example, dt equal new data table. So, thereafter we want to call loadDataProcedureExecutor method. Simple. dbHelper dot loadDataProcedureExecutor. Okay, this method has two overloaded versions and we want to use the first overloaded version which takes only one parameter. Okay, in session 8 we created select all records procedure and here we want to pass this procedure to get all the data from SQL Server database of faculty table. Okay, the return type of this method is data table. Let's assign this method to dt variable. So, thereafter we want to clear DataGridView Control. So simple, dgv display data dot rows dot clear. So, and here we want to define simple for each loop. For example, for each data row in our dt dot rows. That means in every iteration for each loop takes rows from data table. And the result will be assigned to row variable. Okay, well, for displaying data we want to use DataGridView Control. Simple. dgv display data dot rows dot add. Here we want to use add method. Simple. First we want to display faculty ID row of 0. Then we want to display faculty title row of 1. Thereafter we want to display abbreviation row of 2 and then we want to display description row of 3. However, instead of these indexes, we can use the actual database columns as well. For example, faculty ID, faculty title, abbreviation and description. Okay, thereafter we want to add edit button and delete button columns. Simple, DGV display data dot columns, dot columns, and here you can use index number or actual column name. We want to use actual column name, for example edit. Okay, thereafter we want to use tag as well, tag equal empty string. Okay, if you don't use tag, some extra text on button will be displayed. So thereafter we want to add delete button also. Simple, DGV display data dot columns, and here we want to use delete button name, delete, and then we want to add tag as well, tag equal empty string. Okay, well, finally we want to define simple condition for data present state and not present state. So simple, if DGV display data dot rows dot count greater than or equal to 1, that means if the data is available on SQL Server database, then we want to hide picture box control. Simple, pick no data present dot visible equal to false. So if the data is not available on SQL Server database, then we want to show picture box control. Simple, else pick no data present dot visible equal to true. Okay, all the steps are finished. Then what we want to do? We want to run our project. Okay, let's open manage faculty form. Awesome, you can see all the data loaded successfully from SQL Server database. But here we have a small problem. The problem is that if you want to add new faculty, the new faculty is not getting from database. However, let's add one faculty. For example, faculty 1. Thereafter you want to enter abbreviation as well. For example, F1. And here you want to enter description as well. For example, D1. Finally, we want to save this record. Okay, record has been added successfully. But here we have still computer science faculty and test faculty. However, for solving this problem, we want to call load event on save button. Okay, let's find save button. And here we want to call from faculty load event on save button. Okay, here for object sender and event args, we want to pass null pointer. Okay, let's run our project once again. And here we want to open once again manage faculty form. And here we are going to add another faculty. For example, faculty 2. Thereafter we want to enter abbreviation as well. For example, F2. Finally we want to save this record. Okay, you can see the message record has been added successfully. But in this time we got a new record from SQL Server database, faculty 2. That is because we called form load event on save button. That is enough for today. End of this lecture. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.